Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Editor-in-Chief of Total Retail. I'm here at the CRMC show in Chicago, and I'm joined on this episode by Erica Hood, the Director of Global Loyalty at The North Face. Erica is actually speaking here at the show, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about her session and some of the work that The North Face is doing in the loyalty space. So thank you for joining me, Erica.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So I noted Director Global Loyalty at North Face. Tell us a little bit about your role with the company and maybe talk a little bit about why you enjoy working in the loyalty space.
Yeah, so this role that I'm in is really a year old. Before then, it was really run regionally, the loyalty program was. So I've been with the North Face for 2 years and joined to rebrand and redesign the program specifically. And then it morphed post-launch into this opportunity to really create a vision for our program from the global perspective. We haven't had a roadmap that really charted our path for where we wanted to take loyalty and what we wanted to deliver to our customers. So that's really my role. And it's really an open book. Like, they've given us a lot of opportunity to just say, let's look at the customer, let's look at behavior and shape the role from there.
So I want to kind of focus in a little bit. You mentioned when you joined the organization really was to redesign and relaunch this loyalty program. So let's talk about that. As you noted, recently redesigned and rebranded and relaunched the loyalty program, which is called
XPLR.
XPLR. That's what I thought.
Pass.
XPLR Pass.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the impetus from the organizational level about making that change.
Yeah, there were a lot of different components that went into the time for change. One was our business was really shifting focus to a D2C-led business model, pulling a bit more away from the wholesale space. So I think that was really the origin and focus of loyalty. From there, we had a program that was really foundationally a transactional points and rewards program. And as you know, like with changing consumer behavior, people are looking for more value in that space than just that transactional relationship. So that was another big trend. Relevance in outdoor exploration. So it really, the headwinds of just people going outside, wanting to be outside from COVID and during that time, gave wings to our brand and also kind of the loyalty program as a result. So those were the big things that came to mind as terms of trends for change.
Yeah, and probably a good opportunity. Like you said, that demand, rose during the pandemic as consumers were looking for things to go outside and do. Brands like North Face probably benefited. So getting those maybe first-time customers to come back and shop again, kind of being
Absolutely.
The idea.
Yep.
So let's talk, you joined the organization, you kind of have a loyalty background, but you're not operating in a silo, I would imagine. So let's talk about the level of collaboration needed within the organization for the relaunch of this program, the XPLR Pass, and kind of talk about kind of the key stakeholders that were involved.
Yep. Absolutely a very large collaboration across the organization. I think loyalty touches every touch point that our consumer interacts with our brand. So we really partner with the retail teams. We partnered with our e-commerce teams to really bring to life this program and brand in a smooth and seamless way. Partnered with our mobile teams to understand what value unlock we were going to do at mobile. So I say that you could go through the whole list.
Yeah.
All the way to HR. We opened up the program to employees. So we even shone the light internally for who we wanted to have access to the benefits. So it was a complete cross collaboration and requires a lot of kind of technology oversight. I want to mention as well in terms of system and data architecture. So we involved the technology teams a lot in that experience and what we did with the rebrand.
And then the other piece of that is kind of how the consumer fits into this and how the North Face customer kind of has their imprint on the loyalty program. So talk a little bit about the customer research that you've done and how that information factors into the new direction of the XPLR Pass loyalty program.
Yeah, customer research was a foundational element of the redesign and rebrand. So the first thing we did was a very large global study to really understand what people thought of our program, how it resonated, and also what the pain points were so that we could design solutions around that. So quickly off the bat, some things that come to mind were that there was very little program awareness. We had a very low NPS score in terms of what we needed to solution. The program was very complex, which discouraged engagement. So people didn't understand how many points they were getting for what they were buying on just the foundational level. And then beyond that, there were not really any value add benefits that people were engaging in that connected to what they were looking for from the brand. So those were some insights we discovered. One other big one was just identifying this barrier of entry into our product and space. Given the investment of some of the products, especially more of our technical jackets and snowwear. So we created a benefit just for that to actually address what we heard through research. So there were a lot of examples in which we took those insights and completely made them into a benefit or different feature structure of the program.
You talked a little bit about the shift in business focus, moving a little more to a D2C model. So as consumers are coming to the North Face website and they're going direct to stores, are you prompting them with the loyalty program? How are you kind of getting the awareness out there that this loyalty program exists and it's been redesigned with the customer in mind? Yeah.
Investing in loyalty media messaging was already a really good shift. That we started to make as soon as we launched the program. So that was a big one. We've got a 10% off welcome gift or incentive, which really attracts people on that first purchase. And actually, the redesign of the program addressed rewarding customers more. So really, we lowered the threshold of earn and rewards so that someone just had to spend $100 once they were in with the brand to then receive a $10 reward back. So, but a combination of bringing them in with that 10% off welcome incentive and then lowering that threshold so they come back and we're rewarding them for making that first purchase is kind of a really good cycle we put in place.
Yeah, that immediate gratification that can draw people in right
Yes.
away.
Yeah.
Let's talk, obviously with a major initiative like this, a redesign of a loyalty program, there's certain organizational goals that you have in mind. Talk a little bit about what at North Face you have set as goals for the relaunched XPLR Pass loyalty program, and then maybe a second part to that is just how are you measuring against those goals?
Yeah. For the North Face, loyalty is a frequency driver. So frequency KPI was really important in terms of improving that and getting people back to shop more than what they were on an annualized basis. So that was a big one. Program NPS from a brand perspective and acquisition perspective was important because we needed to improve that, along with just general aggressive acquisition goals for the business and kind of bringing people into that loyalty funnel. And then last, I think, was engagement. So increasing the amount of rewards we issued was a big KPI for engagement in the brand and really parlays into that transactional space. And then leads you into that CLV retention KPI that we look at. So I'm just kind of going through that acquisition frequency, engagement, retention. We looked at all of those across the board and had key KPIs that we wanted to meet.
And as we're doing this interview, I'm looking at you wearing your North Face jacket. Is getting customers into new product categories that they haven't tried potentially through the loyalty program. Is that one of the things that you're thinking about as well to increase kind of that average order and customer lifetime value?
Yes, that is a huge brand initiative that I'll say even goes outside the realm of loyalty, but loyalty will be that enabler of like really introducing new audience groups to new product segments that we're developing. And yeah, we're going to be that engine for introducing those new segments. Yeah.
And then finally, Erica, let's talk just a little bit. We've talked about the Relaunch loyalty program at the North Face. What advice might you have for other retailers and brands that may be considering a similar initiative within their organizations?
Well, we hit on collaboration, but And I don't want to take that point lightly, because that is the hugest point in terms of identifying the right stakeholders across all parts of your business and making them actual decision makers and builders of this program, so that we're addressing, the business from all angles, was number one. So I would say that was a task that I was focused on first coming in. And then the second was deep dive into your data. Like, what is the data telling you around your customer behavior and transactions? What are they interested in? And then from that, really decide what you need to do from a lever perspective to incite some kind of behavior change. So, cross collaboration, let the data lead the design. And on that same front, I put data in the same bucket, but I think of consumer insights in the same way. Like, the research should do the same thing. Like, talk to your customers, understand what they want, and make sure that you're designing directly to those needs.
And then that data piece, you talked a little bit about how that kind of correlates to technology as well, and kind of the systems you have in place.
Yes, and I will say with the redesign and rebrand, which was an entire undertaking, you can't fix everything that's broken and try to boil the ocean in that state. So I think that we did redesign the structure of the program. The customer experience was improved. We were delivering more value. And now phase 2, I'll say, of that is really making your technology work better for you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're focused on now.
Great. Well, I want to take the opportunity to thank Erica Hood, the Director of Global Loyalty at The North Face, for joining us here at CRMC. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.